"Whoa, Tales of Nerdia, what took you so long?" "Shut your mouth! I've been very busy playing Monster Hunter. I'm sorry." Let's get to the chapter reaction. So, as per usual, a lot of things going on in this chapter. We get to follow several different princes. And I want to start off with actually the very end of it, which is with Camilla. Camilla is about to storm out of her room because she wants to go kill the first prince, Benjamin. And the last time we saw her, she was talking with her mother. And in that discussion, she was insisting that her mother use her connections, her power, to kill Hulkenberg was her target. And she was discussing Hulkenberg and Benjamin, those are the two that she wanted to get rid of first. Whatever happened between that conversation and now, I don't know, but she's very heated up, wants to go kill Benjamin. Is this maybe her way of testing the guard there? Is this her real intention? I'm not 100% sure, but like when you look at her face, it sure seems like she's out for blood, you know? And who knows how far she's gonna get. Or if this guard is going to have to defend himself. Sure looks like he's preparing for that. So, might get to see some action. Next week, might get to see what her Nenbeast ability is. But other than that, not too much to comment on there, although I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen there. So let's move on to Sale Sale. So, if you're already following the channel, you saw that I had a video about how Sale Sale might be dead already, because we saw that the fourth prince, it looked like he was in Sale Sale's room because Togashi showed the room number. Well, it turns out that room number was corrected in the newest volume of the manga. So, you know, thanks a lot, Togashi. Still got them views, though. So we can disregard that whole theory. He's still alive. That was just a mistake on Togashi's part. God damn it. So it seems like not much has changed with Sale Sale. He's still just chilling in bed with those girls and talking about, you know, changing the world at the next banquet. You know, and he's talking about it right in front of Benjamin's guard. Like, why would you do that? And it seems like he's showing off, you know, like, oh, I'll be sure to broadcast it for the girls there. And when I look at his Nenbeast, I start to think that that's very representative of him. Maybe he just can't keep a secret, and he's just a loudmouth because the Nenbeast is just a bunch of mouths. Or maybe it just shows that he's all talk and, you know, all bark, no bite kind of thing. Who knows? But they're also spewing stuff, and pretty much every time we've seen Sale Sale, he's, you know, I think you know what I'm getting at there. So let's jump over to Queen Secco, because right now she's being not really interrogated, but she is being interviewed about the events that happened during the training, Kurapika's Nen training. And honestly, I don't think that she had much to do with it. Probably Kacho didn't have much to do with it. I feel like Melody would be able to detect that. Any hostility she would be able to detect just because of her ability. So I think they're kind of in the clear on that. I think that there is someone else who was able to get in contact with this maid, attached Silent Majority to her, and, you know, that's that. So I really don't think a whole lot is going to come out of that situation, out of that 72 hours of monitoring, except that now there are more people around her, which could go really both ways. It could mean, well, she kind of has extra protection, or it could mean that she's at a higher risk, both the queen and Prince Kacho. Things are, you know, escalating among all of the princes right now. Now, with Tyson, though, it doesn't seem like much has changed, and we didn't really get a whole lot of information in that little bit showing Tyson. It was just pretty much Izunami and the other guard there, the other hunter there, just having a discussion about her Nenbeast and how it seems to only be attached to them, not Benjamin's guard. Clearly, that's a sign of, you know, Tyson maybe trusting all of them, not trusting Benjamin's guard. You know, not a whole lot new there. So in a way, I just feel like it was kind of a waste of a page. I mean, I like Tyson. She's kind of funny. Just the dynamic that she has with everybody and how it puts Izunami in an awkward position. But other than that, yeah, kind of a waste of a page. So it's time to talk about the meat of the chapter. And that's pretty much two things. It's Kurapika's discussion with Hulkenberg's guards, and, Zhang Lei's guard is there as well. And then we have the situation with Hanzo. Let's go over that first with Hanzo. So now that Momose is dead, Prince Mariam's Nen Beast has been growing, and at the moment it is huge. It's pretty much taken on a completely different form from when we first saw it. It was this long, snake-like dragon, and now it's this big, bulky, kind of like goblin thing. So Hanzo and Bisque clearly concerned, and Hanzo comes up with the plan. He's probably been thinking about this for a while. After Momose's death, since that's who he was originally guarding, he's felt kind of like a failure. That was his mission, was to protect Prince Momose, and he failed. And he expresses in that chapter, when that happened, they're not going to get away with this. Something along those lines. So, in a way, he wants revenge. He tells Bisque that, this is for, to make sure that the person who did this can't strike again, and, now he's dedicated to Mariam. So, in a way, he's saying, I'm going to prevent further murders from this person, but based on the chapter of when the murder actually happened, it's also a little bit of self-gratification for him. He wants revenge, which I think says a little bit about his personality, that he can't really accept this failure, and he has to redeem himself somehow. So when it's a shift change, and Bisque and Hanzo get to rest, he uses his clone jutsu, and Bisque is going to protect his body. Well, he goes, kills this guy, which is pretty sweet, and when he comes back, nobody's there. I was looking at the bed, and I tried to figure out, maybe the sheets are gone. Did Bisque, because Hanzo said that if anyone touches his body or talks to his body, then his clone would be returned. It would be called back. And when he comes back, his body's gone. I was looking at the bed trying to see, maybe Bisque, wrapped him up in sheets to carry him out of there. I'm thinking, what kind of situation made them have to move Hanzo, and why isn't Bisque there? Why didn't she wake him up? If the situation was more serious than Hanzo going to kill this guy, I think she would wake him up. So maybe it's not as serious as we're thinking, even though right now the Nen Beast, it has shrunk, which is strange, but it seems more vicious, it definitely has its guard up. But the fact that Bisque didn't wake him up makes me think that, this is an exciting way to end off the chapter, especially, and then right after that is with Camilla, but I don't think it's as dangerous as we may think. But like I was saying, so I was trying to look at the bed, and the sheets are all still there, so Bisque didn't, didn't wrap him up in some sheets and carry him. And I'm wondering, when he says, if anyone touches my body, does that mean, if someone touches his chest with his shirt on, does that count? Is it just, movement of the body? Because if they have to touch, his skin, that's a different story. She could just grab him by the shirt, carry him out of the room, if she had to. So I'm a little bit lost here. I mean, maybe it's possible that Bisque used her Nen, where she summons that, massage therapist. Does that count? Since that's just Nen touching Hanzo's body, it's not a person touching Hanzo's body, and maybe she used, her Nen to carry him. I feel like it's not as dangerous as it seems. I feel like there's going to be a reasonable explanation for what's going on. Just some general excitement and mystery behind the situation, but I think there's going to be a reasonable explanation. I think that Bisque is safe, Hanzo's body is safe, and we'll probably find out very soon what's going on here. So the next big situation is Kurapika talking with Hulkenberg's guards. So during the training, they were giving off a lot of aura. It looked like they were not amateurs. So Kurapika kind of, asked them, are you guys kidding me? Why didn't you raise your hand, kind of thing. And it turns out, they're under the curse of, we'll call it a curse for now, from Hulkenberg's Nen Beast. So they ask if they can talk to Kurapika after the training. Zhang Lei's guard wants to join in as well. Definitely putting some pressure on Kurapika that, you made a deal with the third prince. We're providing extra protection for you. You need to prioritize Zhang Lei when it comes to information about Nen. And if you guys are going to talk about Nen, best believe I'm going to be there for it. So Kurapika, he didn't really back down. It was Hulkenberg's guard who speaks up and says, yeah. we'll do whatever it takes. We need some information. We don't mind if he listens in. Even though later you see that there's some tension there, and that Hulkenberg's guards pretty much, they don't call out Zhang Lei's guard, but basically in their mind they're thinking, this guy's full of shit. He's going to say what he has to say and play along. But they both know it's a dangerous situation. Kurapika realizes that it's a dangerous situation. But there's a lot of opportunity here for everybody as well. So Hulkenberg, they're going to find out more information about this Nen. Kurapika could probably help them understand more about this curse, what restrictions may be affecting them. And he talks about the blowback because they all have the same mark on their hand. So Hulkenberg and all of his guards, because they all hold this strong will, may all equally be affected by the whatever restriction and whatever ability is being placed on them. The blowback could be harsh, which is very concerning for all of them. So this is actually a great opportunity for Kurapika because Hulkenberg is close with the fourth prince. When Kurapika was deciding who he wanted to be a bodyguard for, he was actually aiming for Hulkenberg because Hulkenberg had posted on a social networking site that he feels that the fourth prince is the only one that understands him. So this is a great opportunity. Kurapika can get in close with the fourth prince. He already is in close with the third prince. I wouldn't say he is working with Tubepa, but he has a truce with Tubepa. And Tubepa going after princes 1, 2, and 3. And Tubepa thinks that he has a truce or a deal with the fourth prince. So Kurapika is now in the position to have a lot of opportunities to approach the fourth prince. He can possibly go through Tubepa. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's a possibility. And he could go through Hulkenberg. So there's a lot going on here that is going to benefit Kurapika, also benefit Prince Wobble, Queen Oito, because they're going to have extra protection, less princes, and Nen beasts going after them. Now, the negative part of this is that Zhang Lei's guard is listening in and hearing all of the negative aspects of Hulkenberg's Nen beast, and he's kind of thinking that maybe we can drive Hulkenberg into a corner. So while Kurapika has connections now with Hulkenberg, with Zhang Lei and Hulkenberg probably aren't going to work together. And if they do, it's going to be a very temporary situation. So this is something that Shimano understood about Zhang Lei when she connected Kurapika to Zhang Lei over the phone, even though Kurapika had asked to speak to Benjamin. Benjamin? I think that's who he asked to speak with. It was a good observation by Shimano. And, Zhang Lei is going to play along for a little longer, probably a while longer, actually. There's just so many ups and downs to each one of these situations. He's getting more protection for the queen, but then he has to deal with more politics between the princes and the queens. At the same time, he's trying to manage this training session. I see him getting overwhelmed. We already saw him pass out before because of his use of Emperor time for so long, and I feel like he needs the help of someone that he really trusts. I would really love to see Leorio pulled into the situation, but I know that his training is important. I don't think that he's going to get pulled into the situation. Thankfully, he's got Bill on his side, and Bill seems like a reliable guy, and, Kurapika thinks of the time right before he passed out that Bill told him, there's two problems with this training session going on, and right before Kurapika passes out, he mentions, one of the problems, the second problem is going to be Zhang Lei, and that's when Kurapika passed out. So he didn't get to hear all of it, but now Kurapika is assuming that, with Zhang Lei's guard listening in on this conversation with Hulkenberg's guards that, this must be what Bill... Excuse me, my voice cracked. This must be what Bill is talking about. Overall, a lot of excitement in this chapter. I would have liked to see a little bit more of the Phantom Troop. I'm hoping that if this run is about 10 chapters and then Togashi goes on hiatus, I hope this isn't going to be the only time, last week isn't going to be the only time that we see them. I do want to see a little bit more of that storyline. We jumped around between a lot of princes this time, not so much last chapter, but You know, this chapter jumping around a lot. But things are amping up a bit here. You know, we've got two situations with Camilla and with Hanzo and Mariam's Nenbis where we might get some good action soon. And I'm really looking forward to that. I really enjoyed this chapter overall. So let me know what you guys think. You think Camilla's going to end up fighting Benjamin very soon? Is she going to fight this guard? If so, whose side are you on? I don't like Camilla. I'm on Benjamin's side. I don't like Benjamin. Benjamin's kind of a dick. But overall, I think Benjamin's cooler than Camilla. She just seems very stuck up. They're all kind of stuck up. What am I talking about? Maybe I'm sexist. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry this took so long. I was waiting for the Viz translation, and then I was playing a lot of Monster Hunter. So I'm very sorry for that. But if you enjoyed the analysis, the reaction, throw me a like. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.